Welcome back to another one of our nutrition webinar series for the month of March, Healthy Eating Month. This is our last one in the series. Tonight we're going to go over meal prep / planning, dining out tips, and how to navigate the grocery store. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and present my screen. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so let's get right into it. Meal prepping / planning versus dining out and how to navigate the grocery store. So what is meal prepping / planning? So meal prepping / planning is the act of cooking large amounts of a single meal at once to be consumed in the near or distant future. These foods can be organized into storage containers in the fridge, for example, the next couple days or to have at lunch at work, or they can also be stored in a freezer for consumption at a later date. So how do you meal prep? The key to meal prepping is paying attention to your serving sizes. This can be done by looking at nutrition labels on the back of foods or also looking up information online. Once you know what a single serving size is, multiply that by the amount of the number of same meals that you would like to make. Just got a little example for you down here with just one food. So 1 serving of chicken, about 3 to 4 ounces. And again, with meat, that's about the size of a deck of cards. So 5 servings of chicken, so just 5 times 3 to 4 ounces, that's about 15 to 20 ounces of chicken for those 5 servings. So how do you meal prep continued? So after you obviously do this with your protein like we did with chicken in the last one, repeat this process for your other ingredients, so your vegetables, your grains or fruits. Once you finish cooking these sometimes large amounts of food, divide them accordingly into separate food storage containers, and you'll have several meals prepared in advance, saving yourself both time and energy. So let's talk about some dining out tips. So the number one we're going to talk about tonight is thinking about your drink. So when you go out to restaurants, if you get like soda or also alcohol, they'll typically list how many calories are in each drink. Thinking about the amount of calories you're going to be eating and also drinking that night is pretty important. Also consider with alcohol and sodas the amount of sugar that a drink may have as well. General rule of thumb, water is always a safe bet. Tip number 2, order a salad or switch fries for some vegetables. So adding a salad to your food nutritionally boosts your meal and can lead to you boxing up your main meal after you become full. Swap out sides such as fries for some vegetables to help keep the calorie count of your meal down. Number 3, go for whole grains. Those complex carbohydrates, again, we're going to be talking about. So ask for 100% whole wheat pasta and bread when ordering sandwiches, burgers, or pasta dishes. This will add more dietary fiber to your meal and also reduce the total amount of carbohydrates that you consume. Number 4, avoid the buffet. I'm definitely guilty of this one. I love buffets. Avoid the buffet and order an item directly from the menu. This gives you a set amount of food to eat rather than being able to go up an unlimited number of times. Don't push yourself to finish all your food if you're full. Do remember it's okay to bring home leftovers. So number 5, observe the words. Have a little image of steamed versus fried foods there. So look for foods that are grilled, broiled, or steamed. This means the food is cooked with less fat. Generally speaking, you want to avoid foods that are described as rich, creamy, fried, breaded, or smothered, as these foods will typically contain more fat. Number 6, don't go very hungry. If you go out when you're hungry, you're probably going to order more than you usually would. Also, going out to a restaurant hungry could cause you to load up on complimentary appetizers, such as breadsticks, like I do at Olive Garden. Number 7, ask. Ask your server about healthy meal options they provide. Ask about a meal's calorie count if you don't see it on the menu. Ask for less oil or butter on your food. Ask if you can order off menu, such as having some grilled chicken and vegetables. Servers are happy to help, and restaurants work to ensure customer satisfaction. Let's talk about navigating the grocery store, overspending. Again, like we talked about with dining out tips, don't go hungry. You're going to end up buying more than you actually mean to. Make sure you come with a list so that you're coming prepared, knowing what you want to purchase. Tips like that, not going empty and having a list, can help you to stay on track on what you want to spend. Try to stick close to it. You can know how much you're going to spend with that. And yeah, again, if you go on an empty stomach, you'll most likely find yourself buying more than you need. Healthy options. So start in the produce aisle and spend most of your time and energy there. Fruits and vegetables are among the most nutrient dense foods. At Hannaford, if you have a Hannaford near you, look for their guiding stars that give more stars to healthier foods. Also look at nutrition labels and carefully observe a food's calories, sodium, saturated fat, trans fat, and added sugars. Fresh food. Shop around the outer aisles of the grocery store to find the fresh foods. So produce, typically right as you walk in, will be on either like the left or right side. If you've noticed, dairy will also be on the side. So if you stick to the sides of grocery stores, you're going to find that fresher food that they need to stock real quick and not be in people's way in the middle. But you can also find healthy options in the middle, such as frozen fruits, veggies, beans, and oatmeal. So here's our activity for tonight. It is a meal prep practice. So if you wanted to make 5 meals out of the following foods, how much of each would you make? So for our first meal, this is the first example we have here. We have 3 ounces of chicken, half a cup of black beans, half a cup of uncooked brown rice, and 1/3 of an avocado. All that food right there is an example of one meal. So if you wanted to meal prep 5 meals out of that one combo of foods, times all those numbers by 5 and see what you get. So I will give you guys a chance to pause right here so we don't have to just listen to me kind of talk for a little bit. So give you a second to pause. And now let's go ahead and review the first one. So we have 15 ounces of chicken, 2.5 cups of beans, 2.5 cups of rice, and 1 2/3 an avocado. That's a little bit of an odd amount of avocado. I know you can round up or down if you'd like to when actually making meals. And then we'll go ahead to our second example. So we have 3 ounces of seitan. For those of you who don't know what seitan is, it is a vegetarian and vegan protein option. It is made out of vital wheat gluten. Has a texture similar to meat, so that's why it's pretty popular with vegetarians and vegans as an alternative. So yeah, going into this one, we have 3 ounces of seitan, 2 ounces of pasta, 1/4 cup of pasta sauce, half a cup of zucchini, and half a cup of squash. So again, I'll give you guys a second to go ahead and pause the video so that you can try to figure this out and practice on your own. And we'll go ahead and welcome back. I'm assuming you unpaused. We'll discuss the answers. So we have 15 ounces of seitan here, just like we did for chicken. We have 10 ounces of pasta, 1 1/4 a cup of pasta sauce, 2.5 cups of zucchini, and also 2.5 cups of squash. So that is it for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed our final nutrition webinar. It's been a joy having those who were able to come live, participate, and discuss with us afterwards. Also, be on the lookout for an email coming in the future for April webinar series that I'll be leading. We're going to talk about a variety of topics such as the importance of a good night's sleep, digital detox, mindfulness, and the power of positivity. So be on the lookout for that, and I'll hopefully see you there. Thanks again.